How would your best friends have described you in high school?
Determined.
Yeah.
Really determined. And I probably didn't have many great friends because of that, because I knew what I wanted to do. And most people, especially from a smaller town, don't have that drive or that energy that says I'm not going to stay here. I'm out of here the second I can get myself, organized and together, that I'm going to not stay in this town and do what most people do, which is stay in town and get married and have kids and have a family, and that's just not what I intended to do.
What sort of comments would people write in your yearbook that were interesting? Not the, have a great summer and you're cool, but what were some of the most interesting comments that you received in your high school yearbook that you remember, if anything?
If anything, I would say a lot of them probably said good luck, because everyone that knew me knew I was ready to go, and that I had a different goal in mind and I was kind of in a different path. I can't really remember. I think that's basically was like more or less good luck. And at that point, I was so focused on going that I wasn't really. I didn't really. Not that I didn't care. I just was in a different place at that point, and I just wanted to leave.
Wait, so you were determined. You realized in childhood that you were going to devote your life to the entertainment industry.
Oh yeah.
So at what age did you realize that you were going to? Since 5.
Really,
yeah.
Since 5.
Okay.
I knew from that moment on that I wanted to do what they were doing on television or in the movies. That's exactly what I wanted to do. And whatever it took to get there, however long it took, that's what I was going to do.
So what did you do after high school? You went to college?
I went for a few months to a college, and I used it as a boarding school, as my father will tell anybody. I picked a very expensive school, but it was very close to New York City, so I thought if I could get that close to New York City, I could take the train in, and I could go audition and not go to school, which is exactly what I did until my dad found out and kind of stopped that and took me out of school. And after that, it was...
What year was that?
It was a while ago. I don't even know. I went to New York City after that for 3 months, and then I moved to LA.
Okay.
So it really... Again, my family has always been supportive, but that was probably one of the bigger mistakes in my life that I was not employed to.
Blowing off college?
Yeah, well, no, I'm glad I did. I feel bad that I made my, parents put me through at least a little bit of college and then just not care. I really used it as a very expensive hotel, which wasn't nice to do.
Is there any similarities to the roles that you've played?
I think still some of the roles that I play now, there's a lot of similarities to the roles that I'll write for myself, or even not even for myself, but the one that you saw recently, the Being Bailey. I mean, I wrote it from that perspective of the girl that's starting high school that is petrified, because there are girls out there, I think, that are sitting back going, what if it's not the best 4 years of my life? And that from that energy is where Being Bailey came from. But the roles that I play now, I think there are a lot of similarities, especially if I've written them, but even if I don't. I think there's always a dark side to everybody, and there's a role I just played recently in a great new movie called Footprints, coming out next year. And I played Supergirl, who is this girl that's a runaway that is basically dresses up as Supergirl every day of her life and poses for pictures on Hollywood Boulevard. And it's just sad, about everybody that actually comes out to Hollywood with these very big dreams. There are very few that find a level of success that makes, them financially independent and happy. And this was a girl that had neither, and was living out of a backpack that she ran away with. And it was so dark and so sad and so beautifully written. And, but again, it came from that everybody comes from somewhere, and this girl, was from a very small town and ended up on Hollywood Boulevard dressed up as Supergirl, which was probably not at all what she imagined her life to be like. So I don't do that, though, anymore. I stopped my dressing up in costumes, and I don't roam the streets. But no, but the similarities from the character point of view, being from a small town and taking off not knowing anybody or anything and even know what to do next. And then some of the other stuff I've done, there's always like a dark side, and then there are the characters that are just like, you know, those very snotty, kind of sarcastic, you know, girl in the halfway house, the runaway, the, you know, the angsty and, you know, unhappy girl, which I love doing. I really do. It becomes very easy. I go back to the biting. No, I'm not kidding. But it comes very easy to have that rebellious energy. I just love it. It's fun.